All right, what's up, y'all? If y'all hear music in the background, I'm in a lobby right now, so that's what that is, but don't worry about that. This is going to be a quick video. I ain't got much to say, but I will say this. Right now, AEW All In, as far as I know, it has about 8 matches. I didn't watch Dynamite tonight. I don't know if they added 6 more. I hope to everything not. Not only is this show going to be absolutely fire, Tony Khan, you have to do it tomorrow. The Death Riders have to lose to my big homie Hangman Adam. You have to do it. It's right there, please. Like, Tony Khan, I want you to talk to me. I've said a lot of mean things about you and your company. You know what I'm saying? Me and you haven't been on the same page, no pun intended, for a very long time. But on Sunday, me and you have to be on the same page. Hangman Adam page. Now listen, I don't think I ever said this on YouTube, but Hangman is literally the reason why I started watching AEW. My boy Phil, back when AEW first started, the first match I really saw was Jade Cargill and Shaq versus Cody Rhodes and I think his wife? I can't remember. And I remember very early, I was watching when Sting first showed up in AEW too. I can't remember if that was on the same show, if it was 2 different shows. I can't remember, but around that time period is when I started watching AEW. And I remember I was watching AEW with Phil, and he was watching it way before I was. And I was just trying to get into it. And I remember telling him, I was like, I don't really like this. Like, it didn't give me the same feeling that TNA gave me when I first started watching. When I watched TNA, it felt like a different show. At that point, AEW, I didn't really see anything. So I remember telling Phil, I was like, I don't really like this that much. Like, I don't, you know. And then we just happened to be watching Adam Page match. I see this guy who at the time I didn't know go on the apron. I'm like, okay, what he about to do? This man does a front flip clothesline. I said, what the hell was that? I said, who is that guy? Whoever that guy is, I need to see more of him right now. I ain't never seen someone do a buckshot Larry before in my life. So that was the craziest. At the point, I was like, whoa, like that was nuts. I didn't even know what he was going to do until he did it. So until that moment, you know, that was like, okay, I'm putting stock into this man and this company because of what I just saw. Fast forward to today, me and Hangman, you know what I'm saying, we locked in forever. That's my guy. So now he has a chance of ending this terrible world championship run. That would, I'm telling you, the 2 best shows of the weekend are obviously going to be Evolution and All In. Evolution, I think, is going to be a great wrestling show. I think it was terribly built, and they really did it just to overshadow All In. All In has a chance to completely come out of this unscathed by just having a great wrestling show, which they're already going to do, and have Hangman win at the end. It's so simple. It's one of the biggest alley-oops, and we've seen AEW drop some crazy alley-oops, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's been some amazingly easy decisions that they can make to like vastly improve their programming, and they just haven't done it. It does look like Darby Allin has a better chance than Hangman right now. And we haven't seen Darby in a while. He just climbed Mount Everest. Thankfully, he's all good. He's just recovering, I believe, right now. But I find it, I can see the promo now of Darby coming out there and said, I conquered Mount Everest and I can conquer you, and then, you know, do the whole thing. So I think that's what Tony Khan is seeing right now. I think Darby put like the AEW flag on top of Mount Everest or something. Like, you know, so it's a whole thing. I think Tony is just super, super locked into giving Darby this belt, which again, Darby, one of the people I've been locked in with since the beginning with AEW. But I don't want them to put the belt on Darby and then the fans turn on Darby because it was supposed to go on Hangman, according to the fans. You know what I'm saying? Hangman has a better opportunity to do this right now. That doesn't mean Darby can't win it later. That doesn't mean Darby is just like stuck. They want Darby to be the superhero of AEW, but the superhero of AEW is standing right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? He's standing right in front of you. So I really hope, like, as far as I know, because like, let me do this in real time and look up this card again. I saw it a little bit earlier, but I don't know if they added anything to it. So as of right now, this is the card. If anything else was added on Dynamite, leave in the comments down below. I'm hoping nothing was added because this card is perfection. But we got the Women's Casino Gauntlet match, the Men's Gauntlet match, the Bucks versus Ospreay and Swerve, Adam Cole versus Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship, Tag Team Championships, Hurt Syndicate versus Jet Speed versus the Patriarchy, Kenny Omega versus Okada, Tony Storm versus Mercedes Moné, and Mox versus Adam Page. Now, the only two matches I can't really predict are the women's gauntlet and the men's gauntlet, because you never know who's going to really be in there. You know, there's going to be surprises, I guess. I'll say I think Cora Jade is going to show up, or Elena Black. I think she's going to show up in AEW. I'm not sure who will be there in the men's. Maybe a Braun Strowman, even though I don't think AEW's track record with giants is the best. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, but I don't know. I think Adam Cole is going to retain against Kyle Fletcher. I think the Hurt Syndicate are going to retain the tag team championships. I think Kenny Omega is going to beat Okada. I'm pretty sure he's going to beat Okada. I think that's the better option. Okada, for me, in AEW, he's really, really stale. So, yeah, I probably would go Omega with that. The two big matches on the card for me, my two main events. I hate the little double main event thing that freaking both companies have done before. But my two big matches are the Women's Championship match and the World Championship. You got Mercedes Moné, who has about 6-7 belts, taking on Toni Storm. I love both of these two so much. Toni Storm is my favorite right now, and Mercedes Moné is my number 2 of all time, behind AJ Lee. Some days above AJ Lee, you know, who's probably gonna come back at SummerSlam. We're gonna talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? But Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné, I'm cool with either way. You feel me? I'm cool if Toni retains. I think that would be really cool to like stop Mercedes in her tracks. But if Mercedes beats Toni Storm too, I'm going to be ecstatic, because she's gonna be just at the top, and I think that she needs to be just at the top of everything. I know a lot of people don't like her right now because she wins a lot and the championships and everything. I don't care about none of that. Boo hoo, woo woo woo. Cry to your mama. Cry to somebody who gives a fuck. I do not. This is CEO gang forever. So as long as it's not a draw, I'm okay. We need to have a winner. If it's Toni, I'm popping. If it's Mercedes, I'm popping. You feel me? But I really think Mercedes is going to win this. Just looking, if I'm booking this the way I think Tony Khan is thinking, I think Mercedes is going over. And then, of course, what I started the video with, Hangman versus Moxley. I really think Mox is going to win, you know. I just got a bad feeling, you know. I think they're saving it for Darby. I really would love Hangman won. That would just be a great exclamation point on a great wrestling weekend. And this would be like AEW's big slam dunk. You have the slam dunk right here. Please, Tony Khan. I've asked you for a few things, but I know me and you know what I'm saying, we've been on rocky terrain, if you will. But please, bro. I put my time in with AEW, you know what I'm saying? I bought Fight Forever. I bought the super special edition of Fight Forever. I hate that game. I'm so mad I did it, but I did it because I thought the game was going to be good. You know what I'm saying? I went to Dynasty. You feel me? I'm going to the shows. I'm going to so many Dynamites a few months from now. There's like 3 Dynamites in my area, like back to back for some reason. And I'm going to all of them. You feel me? I'm trying my best to like put everything into AEW right now, because there's only 3 major shows, you know, until TNA gets on TV, which I think they're going to very soon. It's only AEW and WWE right now, you know, and it's a very hard watch for me to watch Raw. SmackDown is excruciating, even with the 2 hours. Dynamite, I don't watch it. It's only pay-per-views for me right now. And it's never been this bad for me as a whole, you know. I don't want to be so dramatic and say, like, my wrestling love has died, because that's not true. But just pay-per-views are just a lot more exciting for me to watch. Weekly television recently has just not been it. Raw is the most exciting for me. And Raw, half the time, ends the exact same way. You know what I'm saying? Or starts the same way. Or both. You feel me? So it's just, I don't know. But all I ask, Tony Khan, is just, look, every other match could have a bad ending on this card. You could have Tony go out there and Becky Lynch, Bianca, her. Actually, no, don't do that. Do not have Tony to squash Mercedes. That's a terrible idea. But just please, I could be wrong on every other prediction on this show. Just give Hangman this belt. Please. Please, man. He is your quarterback right now. Y'all need a quarterback? He is the quarterback. When Darby shows back up, you can turn Hangman heel maybe. You know what I'm saying? He's teetering already. You know, if you don't want to do a face versus face thing, that's cool. You can turn Darby heel maybe. That would be cool. That would be great. I think that would be cool. You know what I'm saying? You could do anything. Just please end this Death Riders thing. This Death Riders thing is the worst thing in wrestling right now. I'm sorry. There's a lot of bad in wrestling. But Jon Moxley is the worst world champion in wrestling today. So please, Tony Khan, end this. End this once and for all. Please. I'm begging you. Oh, man. But y'all let me know how you guys feeling about AEW All In, man. How you guys feel? But this is going to be a lot of wrestling this weekend. So there's NXT, obviously Evolution, obviously All In. Slammiversary is coming up next weekend. And then SummerSlam will be, 2 weeks after that? So it's a lot of good things happening in the wrestling world. A lot of things changing, a lot of things staying the same. But if you like this video, like the video, subscribe if you're new, subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below, kind of video me the next day. I love you guys, praise God. Now we'll see you probably tomorrow. All right.